Hey, Mrparka here to review one from Worldwide Multimedia, and it is a family property, Backwoods Killing Spree. And on here it says the worst film ever made, and I would not disagree with that. In fact, I would highly agree with that. So the film did not do any false advertising. It says a 70s grindhouse style film. Actually, I find Family Property to be more like one of those unwatchable 60s or 70s horror movies that you would rent, and you'd pop it in and you would just be like agonizing through the entire thing until you turned it off maybe 15-20 minutes into the movie. And you know, it's like that except without that timepiece charm. The video quality actually looks like somebody grabbed a camera and fell to the bottom of Lake Erie, and then that was like their filter, the bottom of Lake Erie filter or something like that. And I don't know, it's just a really, really bad movie. Every 3.5 minutes on the bottom of the screen it will say 15 minutes later, meanwhile, 15 minutes later, as in the movie doesn't need transitions, it just says the meanwhile.
Something bad happens, you'll see.
Greetings, citizens of Franklin County, Virginia.
The soundtrack consists of really two songs. One which pops up on radios in the background, which is called Family Property, the same as the movie, and another is just like your standard score, which isn't too half bad, but you hear it so many times you're just like, oh my god.
Great location.
I trust you. As a matter of fact, Carol's going to meet us there. Yeah. I think she should be there now. She's got some great remodeling ideas. I mean, you know her. She's really creative.
Yeah, she is.
We need some music.
If you know anything about the 3 missing college students who disappeared 2 days ago, please contact your local sheriff's office.
Omówiono najważniejsze sprawy związane z dalszym rozwojem województwa i kraju.
For 99.9 hot hits, this is your new #1 hit by etc. Family Property.
That song's just not right after that news. It's just around the corner. All I can say is, don't judge a book by its cover.
Alright, brother. Whatever you say.
The movie's an hour long. Basically, it's about a kid who makes a promise to his father, who goes out in a blaze of glory, if that's what you want to call this.
Alright, son, if anything ever happens to me, you're in charge of this property, and do not let anybody whatsoever come on this property. If they do, kill them. Alright, son, they come to get me. Run and hide, run and hide.
Not so much a blaze, kind of like just like a fumbling and falling down, but hey! And basically makes a promise that anyone comes on the property, he'll kill. So essentially, you see a bunch of people coming into the property for no reason, any real reason, except just to die. So they die in horrible, weird, stupid ways where you can't really see what's going on a lot of the time. Most of the time they're dubbed over and they just kind of are saying whatever on set, and then they randomly say stupid things. You can tell their lips aren't moving. All sorts of things like that. The acting is bad. There's no real acting, I mean, because they're dubbed over, so you really can't tell what the hell is going on, what they're saying. You don't really care at this point. There's no nudity, there's no real gore. I can't really think of any positive things to say. I don't want to, I'm not personally attacking anyone, but they did not lie. The worst film ever made. I believe it is the worst film ever made. And it even has the, you know, the gimmick of Lloyd Kaufman in it, and therefore, you can't really make the worst movie ever made without Lloyd Kaufman popping in for a second as a mayor or something like that, because Lloyd will do anything. But in the beginning, Lloyd has a classic trauma introduction, which is reminiscent of the old early DVDs. But yeah, Family Property is probably the worst movie I've ever seen. I can't think of anything I've seen worse off the top of my head. The only way I got through it was I multitasked. While I was watching the movie, I was like moving and exercising a little bit. I stayed directly focused on the movie, but I needed a little something to ease the pain. Like, seriously, every 3 seconds, it'd be like, if I was talking, it'd be like, meanwhile, it would show me talking, like, 15 minutes later. I don't know, it does it, like, every 3 seconds. I'm trying to find something that I particularly liked about it. I said the one score isn't too bad. Even during their opening credits, they go in and they add in a correction, and, like, the music it's playing cuts out, and it adds in another song for a second. It just, like, sometimes sound goes out. I wonder if this movie, when they were making it, was just, like, bad, and then they went back and it was like, you know, let's just make this even worse, or the fact that they just stopped caring halfway through and just, like, or they just didn't even really want to make a movie. I don't really know, but they made it look worse. I think a lot of it's the sound. I mean, you can't hear anything, and it's dubbed over, and the video quality, so, you know, you really can't judge the movie 100% when it doesn't even have the essentials of being a movie. But that is a family property, Backwoods killing spree. Mr. Parka.